morning, everybody. This is KO4QMM, Roger in Umatilla, Florida. The lady in the box says it's 7 a.m. Must be time for the morning brew. Mr. Scott is still on vacation, so I'll be filling in for him. I will be the net controller for the first hour with Vicky, K8VKY, doing the logging, and Dick will do the second half, WB2JPQ. You had to say that, and then you got me messing your call sign up right away. WB2JPQ will be doing the second half. And I will be the net controller for that, and then those keeping track of the net number, it is number 1072 on this October 16th, 25, Thursday. Hope everybody's having a nice week and ready for the question of the day. And that is, do you have a cowboy hat? I thought that'd be pretty yes, no question. And we'll be taking mobiles first, and then we'll take some voice call-ins, probably 10 of them, and then we'll get the text. So let's start out with the mobile call-ins. Anybody, anywhere, come with your call sign twice and slow.
Kilo Zulu 4, Juliet, November. Kilo Zulu 4, Juliet, November, mobile.
Kilo 4, Kilo Zulu Zulu, KK4KZZ, mobile.
November 1, November Delta, November, and 1 NDN, mobile.
5, Golf, Uniform Yankee, Kilo, Juliet 5, Golf, Uniform Yankee, mobile. 8, NJT, Whiskey 8, November, Juliet Tango.
Kilo 5, Bravo Mike, India. Kilo 5, Bravo Mike, India.
You guys act like you do this every day. Let's start from the bottom up. K5, BMI, Kyle, Texas. W8, NJT, Nick, Ohio. KJ5, GUY, Guy, Louisiana. And 1, NDN, Bernie, New York. KK4, KZZ, Mark, Florida. KZ4, JN, Anders, I do believe, Gainesville, Florida. KZ4JN, let's start with you. Do you have a cowboy hat?
Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone's having a lovely morning. It's starting off quite chilly here, 57 this morning. I have to say I'm a solid no. I do not have a cowboy hat. I do have a straw hat, but no cowboy hat. Hope everyone has a lovely day, and I'll send it back to you at Net Control. This is Kilo Zulu 4, Juliet, November.
Sound good. Thanks for joining us, Anders. And to go with the theme, there's a couple of us wearing cowboy hats in the Zoom room. So I'm wearing a Stetson that used to be my dad's. So I'm enjoying the question of the morning. Thanks for joining us. Let's go to Mark, Gainesville, Florida, KK4KZZ. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, and I guess it's happy Thursday. The hat I have is actually, it's an Australian-made hat. It does look like a cowboy hat, but maybe it's not 100%. So I'll say yes, I do, because if I'm wearing it, you would think it was. And I do like that hat. I've had it for a few years now. And I'll send it back, KK4KZZ. Have a great day, 73.
Oh yeah, we got to count that. Australia's got their own cowboys, and Vicky has a little cowboy hat thing on the thing. That's pretty cool for the answer. Thanks for joining us, Mark. Let's move on to Bernie, Hudson Falls, New York, N1DND. Good morning, Bernie.
Good morning, everybody on the net. This is November 1, November Delta, November, mobile. And up here in the Great White North, not a lot of cowboy hats. I'm from the Northeast, and I don't know, it's just not a thing. I remember going to Kansas back in the 80s, and I visited a Western store and was just amazed at all the hats and the boots and the belts and stuff, because I'd never seen that before. So, yeah, not a lot of cowboy hats, myself included up here. N1NDN, back to you. Good morning.
Oh yeah, I used to love walking into those stores and smell all that leather and stuff. Pretty cool. Thanks for joining us, sir. Let's move on to Guy in Louisiana. KJ5 GUI. Good morning, Guy.
Well, good morning, Net Control. Good morning, everybody on our Brew crew. This is KJ5, called Uniform Yankee. Answer the question. Yeah, I have owned a cowboy hat in the past, but not now. I've actually inherited my dad's fedora, a really nice kind of dark gray. And so yeah, had him in high school, cowboy hats, but no longer. So back to you, Net Control. Appreciate you taking the call and calling the net. Kilo Juliet 5, Golf Uniform Yankee. Lazy Le Bon Son Roulette.
You have a wonderful day, Guy, and be safe out there. Thanks for joining us. Let's move on to Nick, Toledo, Ohio, W8NJT. Good morning, Nick.
Good morning to the net. No cowboy hat for me. I did have a Tilly at one point, though. Kind of close. W8NJT, back to Net Control.
You have a great day too, sir. Let's move on to Kyle, Silsbee, Texas, K5BMI. Good morning, Kyle.
Good morning, everyone on the Brew Crew. Yes, I'm in Southeast Texas, so I do have a cowboy hat, even though it doesn't fit any longer. I also have my dad's old cowboy hat that definitely doesn't fit me, but kept it for sentimental value. K5BMI, back to net.
Right? I think me and my dad have the same size head. The hat still fits me. Thanks for joining us this morning, and that's the end of the mobile list. It was a voice call-in. Anybody anywhere that wants to join in and answer the question of the day, this is KO4QMM. Come with your call sign twice and slow. Whiskey Bravo 2, Golf London Whiskey. Whiskey Bravo 2, Golf London Whiskey. K8BWK, K8BWK Mobile. N2BH, N2BH. You in and out. 2 GAT, KD2 GAT. Sorry, KD2 GAT. In and out, please. 7 CDC. Kilo Oscar 4 India Hotel Mike, KO4 IHM. Alright, nice little list there from the bottom up. KO4IHM, Donald, North Carolina. KM7CDC, Bend, Arizona. KE2GAT, Walter, New York. KD6DIQ, Todd, Yucca Valley, California. N2BH, Bill, Palmyra, New York. K8BWK, Ben, via Mobile, Oregon, Ohio. And top of the list, Mike, Lake Ronkonkoma, New York. WB2GLW. Good morning, Mike. And do you have a cowboy hat? Hey, good morning, everybody on that. Cowboy hats and Long Island don't go together too well. I don't think we have any cows around here.
I do have a military boonie hat from my military days, and I do wear that in the summer months. That's as close as I get to a cowboy hat. Boonie hat, WB2GLW.
All right, my friend, we got a no on that one. You have a wonderful day there, and sorry I didn't get right to you there, mobile Ben, but I figured you were second there. KABWK, also known as Ben. Good morning, sir.
Morning, Roger. Oh, we'll let it slide this time. Boy, 2 weeks in a row, or 2 days this week. Hope they're paying you well. For today's question, believe it or not, yes, I do. Yes, I do. With that, heading into work, everyone have a great Thursday. Thanks, Roger. K8BWK.
Thanks for joining us, Ben. Should have put your hat on and joined us in here, but I guess you're mobile, so that'd be tough to do. Have a good one. Let's move on to Todd. Was there another mobile there? Let me get this other mobile. It's already blue. Oh, he was in and out. All right, I got you. Let's go to Bill, N2BH. Now that I got where I'm going, Bill, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Roger, Vicky, everybody. Doing a good job. Sounding good. Yes, I do. I have a couple of them, and rest of the day, breakfast, and hopefully it warms up quick. Motorcycle ride today. It's starting out 36 degrees. N2BH.
36 degrees. I would be warm somewhere, that's for sure. No bicycle or motorcycle rides. Thanks, Bill, for joining us. You have a wonderful day. Then we had Todd that was in and out, Yucca Valley, KD6DIQ, and we had Walter in and out, KE2GAT. You guys have a wonderful day. And let's move on down to Ben, Tempe, Arizona, KM7CDC. Good morning, Ben, and do you have a cowboy hat?
Good morning. I do not currently have one. I've owned one in the past. More of a newsboy cap now. The older I get, I guess that's what I'm switching to. Thank you for taking my call, and back to net.
Well, thanks for coming on, making it a little bit fun and answering our question this morning, getting in on the logbook. This is KO4QMM, Roger in Central Florida. I'm the net controller for the East Coast Reflector Morning Brew this morning. And our question is, do you have a cowboy hat? Let's move on to Don, Roseboro, North Carolina, KO4I8M. Good morning, Don.
Good morning, Roger, and everyone on the net, where we are 52 degrees here this morning, and no, we do not own a cowboy hat. Never have, and still don't have one. Good morning to everybody on the Brew crew.
Good morning to you, too. You have a wonderful day there. Appreciate you joining us. And let's go to Roy. Oh, that was it for the voice. Let's get into the text. These guys been waiting patiently. We got from the bottom up, W3CVE Chuck, Newcastle, PA, K1MCO J, Orlando, Florida, KBV Michael, Michigan, KE2EIO Michael, New York, KM4WZD Joe, Claremont, Florida, KE2EDS Mark, New York, VA3GLJ, yeah, I said that right, Greg, Canada, and N3DQD Ray, Beaver, PA, and the top of the list, KA8BYU Roy, Blaisdell, New York. Good morning, Roy, and do you have a cowboy hat? Mr. Roy from Blaisdell, New York. Did you leave us K8BYU? Just saying, with a name like Roy, I think we'll put him down for a yes. You gotta have a cowboy hat. Let's move on to Randall, Michigan. K8UFM. Good morning, Randall.
Good morning, Roger. Good morning, Vicky, and good morning to everyone on frequency. The answer to the question would be a no. And with that said, this is K8UFM, back to net control. And everyone have an outstanding day.
There, as soon as somebody's done kerchunking, we can get back to you. Thanks for joining. You have a wonderful day, too. Let's move on to Ray, Beaver, PA, N3DQD. Good morning, Ray.
Good morning, Roger. This is N3DQD. I currently do not have a cowboy hat. When my son was 2 years old, he insisted that I wear a cowboy hat because he was wearing one. So everywhere I went, no matter how I was dressed, I had to wear this cowboy hat, even with even with a shirt and tie. Back to net. This is N3DQD.
Oh, well, good for you, man. That's pretty cool. Thanks for joining us this morning, and have a great day. Let's move on to Greg in Canada. VA3GLJ. Good morning, Greg.
Oh, good morning, Roger, and good morning to the Brew crew. 30 degrees Fahrenheit or -1 degree Celsius up here in Cartier. Answer to your question, this cowboy does not own a cowboy hat. Everybody have a great Thursday. VA3JLJ.
All right, partner. You have a good day there, and thanks for joining us. Let's move on to Mark in New York, see if he's got a cowboy hat. KE2EDS. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Roger. Good morning, Vicky and the rest of the crew. You're looking good with your cap on there, Roger. You're doing a great job as well. Yes, I do own a cowboy hat. Have a great day, KE2EDS.
Well, Mark, if we were playing cowboys, I think you'd have to be the bad guy because you got the black hat, I got the white hat, so you know how that goes. Thanks for joining us, my friend. Let's move on to Joe in Claremont. KM4WZD. Good morning, Joe.
Well, good morning, Roger, all the way up in, one day I probably ought to have a cowboy hat and a horse. Never got either one. Oh well. Anyhow, everybody take care. 7-3s, happy Thursday. It's KM4, WZD, back to now.
Thanks for joining us this morning, Joe. We got most of that. There was a little bit of confusion in there, but we got it. Thanks for joining us. Let's move on to Michael in New York. KE2EIO. Good morning, Mike. And do you have a cowboy hat?
Good morning, Roger. Good morning, Vicky. No, I don't. But I've owned several ski helmets and hats for years, and I got a brand new one I'm itching to use, so everybody thinks no. It's KE2EIO, 73 to everybody, and back to net. Thank you.
Have yourself a great day there, Mike. Thanks for joining us. Let's go on to the next Mike in Michigan. KF8EBV. Good morning, Mike.
Hey, good morning. And I have lots of hats, but no cowboy hat. Back to net control. Thanks for the net. Have a wonderful day. KF80BV.
Thanks for joining us, Mike. You have a wonderful day, too. Let's move on to Jay, Orlando, Florida. I bet you're enjoying that cool weather this morning. K1MCO. Good morning, Jay. And do you have a cowboy hat?
Good morning, Roger, Vicky, and everybody on the Blue Crew. This is K1MCO here at the airport. No, I don't have a cowboy hat. They're looking really cool, but never own one. Send it back to you. K1MCO.
I thought there'd be some more cowboy hats than there are this morning. Don't anybody go to the old Western shows and stuff? It really sucks you in, makes you want to get a hat. Thanks for joining. Let's move on to my buddy in my hometown, Newcastle, PA. Good morning, Chuck. W3CVE.
Good morning, Roger, Vicky, and everybody on the Brew there. No, I got every other kind of hat, but no cowboy hat there, Roger. And just to let you know, I did have a couple Coney Island hot dogs for you there last night. But that will send it back to you. Thanks for joining the net. Have a great day. W3CVE.
Oh, that's so awesome, Chuck. Brings back memories. And my friends, about like 14, 13 years old, we used to go down to Coney's on Walmo there, and we would snow plow with shovels, snow shovel their sidewalk, and they'd let us come in and make our own hot dogs. That was pretty cool. Thanks for joining us. That's it for the text list. We're going to get more phone check-ins. Mobile, in and outs, whatever you got. Come on with it. Anybody, anywhere.
Alpha 5, Juliet Whiskey Mobile. Alpha 5, Juliet Whiskey Mobile.
Sierra Juliet Whiskey 8, Sierra Tango Juliet Mobile.
KQ4, VSN, Kilo Quebec 4, Victor Sierra November, in and out.
Kilo Delta 2, November Lima Mobile, KD2NL Mobile. One West B, in and out. Thanks.
Golf.
Alpha 3, Charlie Romeo Foxtrot, Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Romeo Foxtrot.
November 5, Golf India Mobile. Romeo Hotel Echo. November 4, Romeo Hotel Echo. Kilo Echo 2, Bravo Zulu Kilo. Kilo Charlie 3,
WD2 DOF,
Kilo
Maritime Mobile.
Foxtrot
WD2 DOF, Maritime Mobile.
Yankee Bravo Sierra. Victor Alpha 3, Yankee Bravo Sierra.
This is Whiskey 5, Whiskey Lima Hotel, Whiskey 5, Whiskey Lima Hotel, in and out.
Alrighty again, nice little list there. We got in and out, W5, WLH, Wayne, Wimberley, Texas. Have a great day there, Wayne. VA3, YBS, Bill, Canada. KC3, FGD, Ray, Pennsylvania. WB2, DOF, Howie, New York, Mobile. KE2, BZK, Brandon, New York. N4R, HE, Roger, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. KE3, CRF, Vern, Canada. KD2NL, Chip, New York, Mobile. KQ4, VSN, Richard, Florida, Mobile. W8STJ, Michigan Mobile, AA5JW, James, Spring, Texas Mobile. Let's start with you, James, being mobile there, my friend. Do you have a cowboy hat? Over.
Well, good morning, Roger and Jakey. Thank y'all for running this morning, and good morning, Brew Crew. This is Alpha 5 Whiskey Mobile, James in Spring Mobile into Houston for work today. It's going to be another beautiful day down here. A little warm in the afternoon, but we are loving the low humidity down here in South Texas. To the question at hand, yes, I own a cowboy hat. I own several. In fact, I have a cowboy hat within arm's reach of me in this truck because this is Texas, and you really got to have some shade with you because we got some sunny days down here. With that, I'll say it's 7-3, hand it back to that. Everybody have a blessed day and stay safe out there. This is Alpha 5 Juliet Whiskey Mobile. We'll be monitoring.
Oh, you're sounding your note this morning, James. You sound good and high-spirited as usual. And Vicky had you down as a yes before you ever answered, so she must have knew something there about the Texas thing. Let's move on to the next mobile, Steve in Michigan. W8STJ. Good morning, Steve.
Hey, good morning, Roger. Good morning, Vicky. Good morning, everybody here on the Morning Brew. Answer for me is definitely a no. Don't think I've ever had a cowboy hat. But hope everybody has a safe and blessed day ahead. This is W8STJ.
You have a wonderful day too there, Steve. Let me not get mixed up here. And we had In and Out Richard, KQ4VSN. Have a wonderful day, Richard. And another mobile here is Chip in New York, KD2NL. Good morning, Chip. And do you have a cowboy hat?
Good morning, Roger, Vicky, and the rest of the crew. No, I don't own a cowboy. So I'll say 73, y'all have a good day and back to net. KD2NL Mobile.
All right, you have a good day and happy, safe motor in there, my friend. Let's move on to the next mobile, Howie in New York, WB2DOF. Good morning, Howie.
Good morning. I'm Maritime Mobile, 300 miles east of Manhattan on the Queen Mary 2 via Skype. I do not own a cowboy hat. I do have a cap with my call sign on it, but I do not have a cowboy hat. We're returning from a 2-week voyage. 7-3 to everybody. WB2DOF Maritime Mobile via Echolink and Skype.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Imagine you're having quite a bit of fun doing that. You got a whole bunch of stuff going on there at once. Enjoy yourself, have fun. Let's move on to... I didn't get Chip. I guess Chip's mobile. New York, KD2NL. Yeah, I did, didn't I? Yeah, I think I get you. Let's move on to Vern, Waterdown, Canada. VA3CRF. Good morning, Vern. And do you own a cowboy hat?
Good morning, Roger. Good morning, everybody on the net. Thanks for picking me up out for a walk. Gosh, it's dropped. Temperature up here is 33. I'm walking by a park here that is completely covered in frost, as was my car this morning. Turning to the question of the day, Roger, I have multiple cowboy hats, and one of the reasons I like them is the brim keeps precipitation off my glasses and my neck. Hope everyone has a lovely fall day. Thanks for doing it. VA3CRF.
Thanks for joining us, Vern. Sound good this morning. Be careful on your walk here. Let's move on to my buddy, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, N4RHE. I bet you he's got a cool cowboy hat. Come on, Roger.
QMM. Good morning, Roger and clever cousin Vicky.
You're making Handsome proud, Roger. Sound good. November 4, Roger Ham Enthusiast. Yes, I have two, a black and a white 4X Beaver Stetsons. I wore them in 2005 when I was sitting in the East. I also have a 35-year-old Tilly. I heard that mentioned. And next Thursday, the 23rd, I will be getting my custom-made 100% black beaver fedora. Suppose I'll have to alter my attire. November 4, Roger Ham Enthusiast. Return to that.
Oh yeah, I kind of figured that. And yeah, the more beaver I guess they got in them, the more they repel the rain and the more expensive they get, that's for sure. I'm enjoying wearing my white Stetson this morning. You have a wonderful day there, Roger. This is KO4QMM Roger in Central Florida, net controller for the East Coast Reflector Morning Brew. Let's move on to Brandon in New York, KE2BZK. Brandon, do you have a cowboy hat?
Yes, I own a couple cowboy hats. I recently purchased them this spring. I might have paid a little bit too much at the local store here in Irving, New York, but it was worth it. It kept the sun off my head. KE2BZK out.
Yeah, imagine buying a cowboy hat in New York, a little bit more, but pretty cool. You got one, and thanks for joining us this morning. Let's move on to Ray, Elizabethtown, PA, KC3FGD. Do you wear a cowboy hat while you're out there in the garden, Ray? Come on back.
Hey, good morning, Roger. Everyone on the Brew. No, I do not. I have one of those white rim hats, but it's not a cowboy hat. I wish I did. I had one years ago, but I don't know what happened to it. Hey, I'm just getting ready to head out here to our wonderful wood shop. Everyone have a wonderful day. Back to Roger at Net Control.
Question is, are you bringing them donuts to the wood shop? You have a good day, Ray. Always joy hearing you in the morning. Let's move on to Bill in Canada. VA3YBS. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning, Roger, and everybody on the net. Yes, I have several cowboy hats. We've been showing horses for about 30 years, and it's kind of mandatory to wear a cowboy hat when you enter the show ring. And recently, about 5 or 6 years ago, I took up cowboy action shooting. And so, again, mandatory to wear a cowboy hat and dress up like a cowboy when you're shooting. So, this is VA3YBS. I'll give it back to the net, but first I'm going to say happy trails to everybody out there.
Well, yippee-ki-yo to you, too. You have a wonderful day there, my friend. And that's the end of that one. Let's get into the text. On the bottom here, we got NL5J, Lonnie, Texas. KQ4UAM, Kevin, Florida. NAZFH, Gary, Michigan. KM7CGI, Larry, Arizona. K6QDY, David, California. KC2NJV, Wayne, New York. KC5CZF, Darrell, Texas. KD3AJN, Anna, PA. KR4CKC, Bill in the Villages, Florida. And top of the list, WD8KOB, Rod, West Virginia. Good morning, Rod, and you have a cowboy hat.
This is WD8KOB. Well, good morning, Ned. Hope everyone's having a good Thursday morning. The answer to your question would be a no. No cowboy hat. No horsey either. However, I do have a pistola. Have a great day from WD8KOB. Back to Ned.
Oh, yeah, you got to have the wheel gun to go with the old hat. Boy, have I had too much coffee, huh? You guys have a great day there, Rod. Let's move on to Bill in Villages, Florida, KR4CKC. Good morning, Bill.
everybody on the Brew. No, I do not have or wear a cowboy hat. KR4CKC, you all have a great day. See ya.
You have a great day there. Enjoy that beautiful morning weather we got. Let's move on to Anna, Beaver, PA. KD3AJN. Good morning, Anna.
KD3AJN. No, I do not have a cowboy hat. Everybody have a great day. KD3AJN.
I'm sorry, Anna. I didn't get your answer. I cut you off, I think.
No, Roger, I do not have a cowboy hat.
Well, thank you for coming back, Anna. I guess Vicki heard you. She already had your answer, but I didn't hear you, and it was good to hear your answer. Thanks for joining us. Let's move on to Daryl in Texas, KC5CZX. Good morning, Daryl. I bet you got a hat. Daryl, KC5CZX. You there? Son of a gun, I bet you he's got a hat too. Now I'm curious. Let's move on to Wayne in New York, KC2NJV. Good morning, Wayne.
Good morning, Roger, and the rest of the crew. KC2NJV here. Yes, I do have a cowboy hat. Have a great day.
Cool. Thanks for joining us, Wayne. You have a wonderful day there. Let's move on to David, Sacramento, California, N6QDY. Good morning, David.
Hey, good morning, Roger, Vicky, the Brew crew, and everybody in the Zoom control room, N6QDY. Yeah, go ahead and put me down for a no. Put me down for a no. Have a great day, everybody. Take care, Roger. Doing a great job. Back to net control, N6QDY.
Thanks for the flowers there, David. It definitely keeps you moving along. You don't have time to mess around, so it works out pretty good. I enjoy keeping busy. Let's move on to Larry, Maricopa, Arizona. He got to have a cowboy hat. KM7CGI. Good morning, Larry.
Good morning, everybody on the Morning Brew, and yes, of course I have.
Well, we got your yes, Larry, and you kind of dropped out after that, but you got to have that cowboy hat when you go into Old Tucson. I know that. I've been there. Thanks for joining us, Larry. You have a wonderful day. Let's move on to Gary in Michigan. N8ZFH. Good morning, Gary.
Good morning, Roger, Vicky, and the crew. And no cowboy hat here, but I'll have to check with my son-in-law later today. He grew up on a farm in Kansas with horses and steer, so I'll check with him. N8ZFH, back to net. Please check me in and out.
Got your curiosity up, huh, Gary? As long as we can do something here in the morning. Thanks for joining us. Let's move on to Kevin, Interlaken, Florida, KQ4UAM. Good morning, Kevin. Did we lose you? KQ4 UAM. Good morning. All right, you have a good day there, Kevin. Sorry we lost you. Let's move on to Lonnie in Texas. NL5J. Have a cowboy hat. Where'd you go, Lonnie? NL5J. Lost another one. All right, that's the end of the text check-ins. Anybody that would like to join in with their voice calling there, in and out, mobile, whatever you got, come with your call sign twice and slow.
KK7GY. Delta Echo Romeo Portable. Kilo Echo 4, Delta Echo Romeo Portable.
This is Kilo Bravo 8, Papa Lima Victor. Kilo Bravo 8, Papa Lima Victor, Chris.
Kilo Jupiter 4, Zulu Foxtrot Mobile. Kilo Jupiter 4, Zulu Foxtrot Mobile. We are mobile this morning. Keep trying to check in.
KJ5MLZ, KJ5MLZ, in and out.
K8BAC, K8BAC.
Kilo Juliet 5, Delta X-Ray Bravo. Kilo Juliet 5, Delta X-Ray Bravo.
DA3KTJ. DA3KTJ, in and out.
Kilo 7, Echo Alpha Lima. Kilo 7, Echo Alpha Lima.
All right, nice little list there from the bottom up. Let's go to, KK, I got confused there. KK7EAL, Michael, Utah. VA3KTJ, in and out, Jinsik, Canada. KJ5DXB, Frank, Texas. K8BAC, my buddy Al in Michigan. KJ5MLZ, in and out, Ezra, Louisiana. K8LV, Chris, Michigan. KE4DER, Bill, North Carolina. At the top of the list, KK7DY, Clark, Phoenix, Arizona. Good morning, Clark. Arizona, you got to have yourself a cowboy hat.
Oh, absolutely. I have a cowboy hat. Good morning, Brew Crew. KK7GY, back to net control.
Thanks, Clark. And that name Clark brought back a memory there. I told the story before. I was wearing a cowboy hat at a rodeo, and I was at the front row. And Roy Clark came around in a stagecoach, took my hat off, went all the way around the arena, and then put it on a girl's head right next to me. And never forgot that. I was probably about 11 years old. Thanks for joining us there, Clark. Have a great day. Let's move on to Bill, North Carolina. KE4DER. Good morning, Bill.
KE4DER, Bill in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Yes, I've got 3 cowboy hats, and I only wear them on occasion, special occasions.
Other than that, that's all I got. 73s, thank you for calling the net. KE4DER, back to you.
Thanks for joining us. Speaking and calling the net, this is KO4QMM, Roger in Central Florida. You have a great day. Let's move on to Chris in Michigan, KB8PLV. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning to everyone listening on net. Hope everyone's having a good start to their day. Put me down for yes. I have 2 cowboy hats that I use when I go down to North Carolina and do servant events, working out in the sun and the rain. It helps so much. Everyone have a good week ahead. This is KB8PLV, back to net.
You have a great day, and thanks for joining us. All right, then we had KJ5MLZ as there he was in and out. And let's move on to my buddy K8BAC, Al in Michigan. Good morning, Al.
Hey, good morning, Roger, Vicky, everybody on the Brew crew. Happy Thursday. No, currently I do not have a cowboy hat. I've had my share of them, but haven't had one in a while. Used to be kind of required if you were doing a country tour. Everybody have a great day. Back to you, Roger. I'll catch you later on this morning. KBAC.
QSL out. You have one there too, and we'll catch you a little bit later. Let's move on to Frank in Texas, KJ5DXB. Good morning, Frank.
KJ5DXB. Good morning, Roger, Vicky, and everybody. I would be a no. Thanks for the check-in. Everybody have a great day. KJ5DXB. Back to you, Roger.
Thanks for joining us. You have a wonderful day there, Frank. And VA3KTJ was in and out, Canada. Have a great day. And let's move on to Michael KK7AL in Utah. Good morning, Mike. And do you have a cowboy hat?
Good morning, Roger. This is KK70AL. I do not have a cowboy hat. I wear a baseball hat every day, but it doesn't count. Thanks for calling the net. Appreciate it very much. This is KK70AL, 736.
You have a wonderful day. Thanks for joining us. And let's move on to the text line. Bottom up, K6AAN, Mike, California, KD2YUY, Charles, New York, W8WHK, Bill, Fort Myers, Florida, W2RBC, Randy, West Seneca, New York, N0CKV, Mark, Minnesota, K2CMT, Mike, DeBerry, Florida, and KJ4ZFM, Robert, Deltona, Florida. Let's start out with you, Robert, KJ4ZFM. Do you have a cowboy hat?
Yes, sir. Actually, I do. I've been trying to get in. I don't know. I seem to be having some problems over here. But yes, I do have a cowboy hat. Getting ready for boots on the ground in December with my family coming down here to Florida. So we're going to really do a nice boots on the ground thing there, down here. You guys have a blessed day. Thank you much, Vicky, for finally getting me in there. I appreciate it. You guys, everyone, have a blessed day. KJ4ZFM.
Yes, you have a wonderful day there, too. I think Vicky had you in there multiple times. That's why you got put down there in the bottom. You just need to check in one time, and we'll get you. It's because I started it out with the mobiles, and then I went to the voice, and the text was last. So, got to have some patience, my friend. Let's move on to my buddy Mike in DeBerry, Florida. KTMT. Good morning, Mike. You enjoying that weather?
Good morning, Roger. I'm enjoying the heck out of it. In answer to a question, I do not have a cowboy hat at the present, but as a consolation, You and I both know we only live about 10 or 15 miles from Stetson University, and I think that should count. Come meet us on the 20-meter net at 10 a.m. Roger will be in the seat again. This is Kilo 2, Charlie Mike Tango.
All right, Dunkirk chunking there. Yeah, Mike, thanks for joining us. And yes, we are close to the old Stetson University. I got my hat on and feeling pretty rowdy. Thanks for joining us, my friend. Let's move on to Mark in Minnesota, CKV. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Roger, Vicky, rest of the Brew crew, and everybody else on the net. No, I do not have a cowboy hat. And 0CKV back to net.
Thanks for joining us this morning, Mark. We got your answer and in the logbook. Let's move on to my buddy, Net Controller W2RBC for the East Coast Reflector 20-meter net. You can go ahead and plug us if you want, Randy. Good morning.
Good morning, Roger, Vicky, and everyone on the Morning Brew. No, I don't own a cowboy hat. They really aren't worn very often in Buffalo. Yes, I am looking forward to working with you on a 20-meter net later this morning. We'll see you then. Back to net control, 73 to all, W2, RBC.
Yeah, I never seen no cowboy hat with earmuffs on them, so it's probably not too good. Good day there, Randy. We'll see you in a little bit. Let's move on to Bill, Fort Myers, Florida, W8WHK. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning from Southwest Florida. 66 degrees, clear skies. It's going to be another beautiful day. Greatest time of the year. And the weather's beautiful. Well, I don't have... when I do... Panama Jack straw hat that I bought some years ago has a big brim on it. Over the years, it got soaked because I wore it a lot when I'm out working in the yard. It's like a farmer's hat.
QSL, Bill, we got you down for a no, my friend. You have a wonderful day. Let's move on to Charles, New York, KD2YUY. Good morning, Charles, and do you have a cowboy hat?
Good morning, Roger, and good morning, Vicky, and everybody listening in on the Brew. I am not in Syracuse. We're out on the road camping. We're in Webster, Rochester. And as for the question at hand, no, I do not have a cowboy hat. I do not have a cowboy hat. I wear baseball caps. 73, all back to net control, KD2YUY.
Thanks for joining us, Charles. I'm feeling so good wearing this hat, I might wear it around a little bit more. You have a good day. Let's move on to Mike in Valley Springs, California, K6AAN. Good morning, Mike.
Hi.
Well, good morning, Roger and Vicky and everybody on the Brew crew. The answer is yes, definitely. You know, summertime, that's ball cap season, but just switched over about 3 weeks ago to the felt cowboy hat for fall, winter, and spring. That's the way to go for me. You guys all have a great day. This is K6AAN. Back to you, Roger.
Thanks for joining us this morning, Mike. Appreciate it. You have a wonderful day. That's the end of that list. Now, we got about 5 minutes left here. Let's take some in and outs. Get some in and outs and maybe I can hand it over to Dick or get a few of them in there. Come with your call sign on the in and out.
November 9, Echo Hotel Tango and 9 EHD. Good morning, in and out.
OMH, mobile, in and out.
Shot.
Kilo Charlie 1, Juliet Papa Delta, in and out.
I don't know what. Kilo Oscar 4, Foxtrot Bravo Mike. Kilo Oscar 4, Foxtrot Bravo Mike. Good morning, in and out.
Kilo 2 Tango November, Kilo 2 Tango Victor, in and out, BKF, in and out.
10 Ontario, and I
Road 2 and out. Whatever else.
Alright, let me grab a hold of it there. Sound like we got some cross banding going on or something. But let me see the list we got here. All in and out. N4 VKF Ken, Virginia, in and out. VE3 TTN Tim, Canada, in and out. Have a great day. Bob A2TV, Fairfax, Virginia, in and out. Great day. KO4FBM, Jose, St. Cloud, Florida, in and out. Have a great day. KC1D, Jeffrey, Vermont. Have a great day. W7OMH, Mike, New York. Have a great day, sir. And Doug, N9EHT, in Texas. Have a great day there, Doug. Was there any other in and outs? Got a few more minutes here.
Kilo India 5, Romeo Golf Yankee. Kilo India 5, Romeo Golf Yankee. In and out. Have a great day, guys.
05, Mike Papa Hotel, K5MPH, in and out, thank you.
Alright, got a couple more there. K5MPH, Mike in Texas. You have a great day. Thanks for joining us. And KI5RGY, Bruce in Texas. You guys have a great day. I would have liked to know if you had cowboy hats. 2 Texas there. Kind of makes me wonder. But that's it for that list. Alright, anybody anywhere would like to get in on the East Coast Reflector Morning Brew, get in the logbook, answer the question of the day. I'm pretty sure Dick will take care of the rest of the call-ins. But come with your call sign twice and slow. This is KO4QMM.
November 2, India, Sierra, Kilo. November 2, India, Sierra, Kilo.
This is KO4QMM with the East Coast Reflector Morning Brew Net. Anybody anywhere is welcome to come in, join. Come with your call sign twice and slow. Answer the question of the day.
Good morning. This is W2 AJP Whiskey 2 Alpha Juliet Victor.
This is Kilo Oscar 4, Romeo X-Ray Echo. Kilo Oscar 4, Romeo X-Ray Echo. Wendell. Kilo India 5, Yankee Whiskey Foxtrot. KI5, YWF, Dawn, Oklahoma City. In and out.
Kilo Quebec 4, Papa Yankee X-Ray, KQ4 PYX.
Good morning.
Well, that worked out pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to the Godfather himself. Let him take over from here. I had a good time. Hope everybody else did and enjoyed the question of the day. This is KO4QMM, handing it over to WB2JPQ. Take it, Godfather.
Thank you, Roger, and certainly thank you for filling in for Scott. You will be definitely the regular fill-in here on the Morning Brew when one of us are off, vacations or whatever. Great job. Thank you very much. And as they say, the check's in the mail, but don't try to cash it. All right, as you all know, Roger has a list started. We got Stephen Donald. Donald's new to the system from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, KI5YWF. Welcome, Donald. Looks like you do have a current email address on your QRZ.com page, so the system will send you a welcome letter. Wendell in Kentucky. Yeah, we got Anthony, we got Mike, and we got Bob. Let me start up here with, hang on a minute, I want to get some mobiles. I want to make sure I don't have any mobiles up at the top of the hour, so let me see if I have any mobiles quickly, and then we'll come back to these radio stations. Mobiles only. This is Dick, WB2JPQ, along with Vicky, KABKY.
KO4CLD, KO4CLD.
Bravo 8 Juliet India uniform. Kilo Bravo 8 Juliet India uniform. Mobile in and out.
Victor Alpha 3 Echo Romeo Yankee, VA3ERY mobile in and out 73.
VA3ERY was in and out Mobile. Good morning to you. Marty, KV8JIU. Mobile is also in and out. We got Micah. Mobile, let me go to you, Micah. KO4CLD. Good morning. As you probably heard, do you have a cowboy hat?
I do not. I used to a long time ago, though. Got it at the Smoky Mountains leather shop, but sold it or yard sold it or something a long time ago. KO4CLD.
Houston doesn't count. Thanks, Mike. Let me go up to Bob, Woodbridge, New Jersey. Good morning, K2ISQ. Morning, Bob.
Yep, and to ISK. Yes, as a matter of fact, I have two. Because I am basically a country boy, and I'm just out of my place. So, yes, two. Have a good day, all. And to ISK.
Upstairs, too, it's up in a spare bedroom. I looked, and there was stuff piled up on top of the box that it's in. I said, it's not enough, too much work to get it out here to come down and put it on in the Zoom room. Good morning, Mike. Grosse Pointe Park, Michigan, N8HLN.
Good morning, Dick, Vicky, and the crew. Coming to you this morning from east side of Detroit, where it's a chilly 42 degrees, clear skies. It's going to be a great day. Answer to the question is yes, I have two cowboy hats. One regular and one felt, I believe. So, 73, back to the group, N8HLN.
The yes for Mike. He does have a cool little cowboy hat after the yes answers. For those of you that are following along on the Fetch Luck can see that.
Anthony, good morning. W2AJV. Didn't mean to cut you short before, but we were trying to get our house in order here to put the show on the road at 7 o'clock. Anthony, W2AJV, are you still with me? Who's in and out? Wendell, KO4RXE. Was at Chittenden, Kentucky. Good morning.
Here it is, KO4RXE, time for the AM to you, gentlemen. And, Vicky, appreciate you running the net, Dick. Appreciate it. Yeah, I actually, I have my grandfather hat, one of the Cody James, and I got that one put away, and I actually have a beaver, one of them beaver felts, cowboy hats, man, and both of them is, wrapped up in plastic, I tell you that, man, and, I love them, definitely love them. KO4RXE, I will send it back to Dick, 73 all.
Those are a keepsake. Like Roger mentioned, some of us used to live right around Stetson University there, home of the Stetson hats. DeLand, Florida. I lived in Orange City, which is a neighboring town, and then Mike CMT lived one town away from me in DeBerry. I had a winter home there, and used to see a lot of, even though it was a college, you'd see a lot of hats, but it was Stetson University. Named after, I forgot the gentleman's name, Mr. Stetson, obviously. KQ4PYX Stephen, Fruitland Park, Florida. Good morning. What about your hat situation?
Good morning, Brew Crew. I myself have 3 cowboy hats. A straw one for the summertime, a felt one for the wintertime, and another felt one that was my great-grandfather's from, I believe, the 1930s. So it's up on the top of the shelf and covered up real nice and pretty. And it never gets worn too much. It's a little bit small, but the other ones suffice. Everybody have a great day today. KQ4PYX. Good morning.
Vicky even had hers on this morning, but Vicky logs with headsets and several inputs going into the headset, and microphones and so forth, all in her headset, so she couldn't quite get the hat on over the top of her headset, but she was pretty sharp in her cowboy hat before she put the headset on. Scott, good morning. N6ZAR.
Good morning, Dick, Vicky, and everybody on the Brew this morning. Hope everyone has a great day. The answer to the question is no, I do not have a cowboy hat. 73, everybody. N6ZAR.
No for Scott. Nothing wrong with not having one. What about Ed in Bethpage, New York? K2EPM. Morning, Ed. Net control.
Yeah, K2EPM, good morning, everybody on the net. I do have a cowboy hat and black felt. I believe it's a Stetson. Hope everybody is doing well. And this is K2EPM from Bethpage, New York. Former home of Grumman Aerospace Corporation and the F-14 Tomcat fighter plane was manufactured right on the road where I am now. This is K2EPM, back to net control.
Yes, Rip. Ed, your audio is a little bit low this morning. You might want to think about cranking that up a tad or so, getting it up into the ballpark anyway. Jeff, Rochester Hill. Oh, definitely, Jeff, I've got you in a cowboy hat. KE8SMN.
Good morning, Dick. Everyone on the Brew. This is KE8SMN. And you are right. I do have a cowboy hat. Matter of fact, I have more than one. KE8SMN. Back to net.
We were talking the other day. We have not seen you in the Zoom room as of late. Audio up here just a little bit there. Be busy. Bob in Ecorse, Michigan. Good morning, Bob.
Morning, Dick, Dickie, and the rest of the crew. I've got 3 or 4 cowboy hats. Like some straw ones I usually wear during the car show to keep the sun off my head. Everybody have a great day. KQ8U, back to net.
So, Bob, and what is today? Thursday. So we will be doing a second cup tomorrow. We'll be doing a second cup. I think Vicky's going to be on assignment, but I'll be here for the second cup at 9 o'clock tomorrow. We'll probably discuss what we have been discussing, whatever's on your mind, have a little bit of fun for the hour, and see what we can get into on the second cup tomorrow, 9 o'clock. But tonight, please join us. Ask E. Elmer, be an Elmer. It's probably one of the nicest things we've done here for a long time on the East Coast Reflector, as far as talking, camaraderie, answering questions. East Coast Reflector, Ask the Elmer, 8 o'clock in our Zoom room. You don't have to bring refreshments. We serve them. I think it's somebody's turn tonight. I don't know, popcorn and some sort of a mixed beverage, I'm sure. So we'll take care of you. Just come in here at 8 o'clock and we'll have some fun, answer some questions, and join the gang here at 8 o'clock tonight. Let's take some new stations. Vicky's ready to take new stations. Anybody anywhere? 20 slowly. This is Dick. 12 past the hour, WB2JPQ.
Echo 2, Bravo Juliet Papa.
KY4, BPA, Kilo Yankee 4, Bravo Papa Alpha, Mike in Lexington, Kentucky. This is Kilo Bravo 2, Uniform Delta Bravo. Kilo Bravo 2, Uniform Delta Bravo. Via Echo Link, Mike in Sebring, Florida.
CJM, W2, CJM Mobile.
Sierra Echo Delta Michael in Queensland, Australia.
You looking back forward, I'm not going to hit you. Well, there's a little start. Good morning to Jason, Greensboro, North Carolina. Well, Vicky did fix it. VK3ETM. There was a station that was extremely loud and distorted. I don't know how you got it. 32 CGM, Charles, Sullivan, New York. We got you, David, NW3U. Mike, Sebring, Florida. I'm surprised you're not out on your canoe this morning fishing. Got Michael in Lexington, Kentucky. And Linda, Paul Smith, New York. Thinking about you the other day, Linda. I don't think I've heard you for a while. Trust all is well. And tell us, young lady, do you have a cowboy hat?
Good morning, Dick, and everyone on the Brew. Yes, I've been occupied in looking at HF stuff. I just got a radio 2 weeks ago, and I've been totally saturated, so I've been ignoring all my other stuff, but it is nice to check in. And yes, as a kid, I did have a cowboy hat. I don't anymore. Being in the place where I live, in the middle of New York State, I was the only kid wearing a cowboy hat, so I didn't hold up to that pressure, but it was fun. You guys all have a good morning. KD2BJP.
And then let me ask you, I bet you wanted to be a cowgirl when you grew up.
Well, I did like horses. My parents would never go for that. But and my sister and I used to play cowboys and Indians back when that was okay. And I had my dad's old little cap gun and his old Oh, the thing you hang on your waist that you stick the cap gun in, that was an old leather falling apart thing, and we had great fun doing that at the time. Those are the good old days.
That'd be a good morning brew question, wouldn't it? Who remembers or who had a cap gun? Yeah, I suppose they're all outlawed today, but oh my gosh. Thanks for being here, and if you get stuck, Linda, our Zoom room is always open. Just come in with your credit card in case you need a piece of coax or something so we can buy it right then and there. We spend a lot of people's money in that room, but we'd be glad to help you. Just come in if you need any help. Glad to work with you. Morning to Michael, Lexington, Kentucky, KY4BPA. KY4BPA, Michael, Lexington, Kentucky. Are you still with me?
Recheck, Dick.
BB2YUD, Mike, Sebring, Florida.
Kilo Bravo 2, Uniform Delta Bravo. Good morning, Dick and the Brew crew and those in the Zoom room. I have 3 hats, Stetson hat, felt, hard, and a straw. And the guy's name was John Stetson. And I used to live on a farm up in New York before I moved down here to Florida. So I'll be wearing one of those hats to the rodeo here in Arcadia, Florida, Saturday. So with that, everybody take care. Have a good day. We'll talk to you later. Yes, I wish I was out fishing today, but I have stuff going on. Talk to you later. Back to the Zoom room. KB2 UDB.
Talk to you, Mike, and was it John? I did not remember his first name. John Stetson, all right. David, Gardner, North Carolina, NW3U. Good morning to you, sir.
Well, good morning, Dick, Vicky, and everybody out there in Radio Land. Hope this finds everyone well. Question of the day. Nope, I do have a cowboy hat. Have never had one. Even though I spent a couple of years in Texas, just never picked up. I'm not a big hat wearer in general, to be honest with you. So there you go. Hope everybody has a good day. It's good to hear folks in here this morning, and we'll try to be in here tomorrow. Till then, 7-3s, everybody, NW3U.
Not either, David. I very seldom wear a hat. Very, very, very seldom. It's just my 2 boys, when they take their hat off, I don't know who they are. They wear them all the time. But I just never was. What about you, Charles? W2CJM, Selden, New York.
Dick, Vicky, everybody on the crew. Yes, I do have a couple of Stetson hats. Have a great day, everybody. Be safe, and thanks for doing the net.
You're being on Charles every week. We got VK3 EDM. We got a question mark. We're not positive on that one. Is it VK3 Echo Delta Mike? Good morning, or afternoon, or whatever it is.
I think the call sign says VK5 Sierra Echo Delta. Cancel.
I think you said Sierra Echo Delta. You are so distorted. You are very, very, very over-deviated. You need to cut your audio down immensely. Like, whoa. I don't know. Why don't you see if you can do that, and we'll come back to you. Go ahead, answer the question. Answer the question. Maybe we can get that much out of it, but you're extremely distorted. That's why we didn't get your call sign. Do you have a cowboy hat?
Yes, I do. I have an Acura. I'm right here in Australia.
Thank you, Michael. You're new to the system. We got you down. Just cut your audio down and you'll be fine. The audio, as you backed away, as you probably did that transmission, and it was much better, but you're extremely distorted on. Oh, I don't know which digital mode you're coming in on. Jason, Greensboro, North Carolina, KQ4UEI. Go ahead, Net Control. KQ4UEI. This is Keo, Quebec 4, Uniform Echo India. Go ahead, Net Control. I turn it over to you. It's your turn to answer our question this morning. Do you have a cowboy hat? I used to when I was a kid, but I don't now, Keo 7. Alrighty, Houston doesn't count. You have a nice day. Wow, 2 Jasons in a row. One from Milwaukee, Oregon, and one from Greensboro, North Carolina. KK7ZSH. Jason number 2.
Everybody else on the Brew crew, I hope everyone's having a great morning. Yes, I was on Air Force Academy. Went up to Cripple Creek, a little gambling town up there, won a bunch of money, and came back into town later that week and bought a real nice cowboy hat and a pretty nice watch. I still wear the cowboy hat once in a while, but it looks better on my wife. It looks great on her. Anyhow, so yeah, I do. Everybody, 73, KK7, ZSH. All right, thank you, Jason. How about Bill? KF0MHN. Good morning, Bill.
Hey, good morning, Dick, and good morning, Brew. No, I do not have a cowboy hat at all. Never had one. But back to net. Everybody have a great day.
Bill, probably talk to you later in the Zoom room. Good morning, Bob. Bob's my neighbor across the field. Everybody has a neighbor across the field. Al's neighbor across his field, so KC2JZE is mine. Morning, Bob.
Yeah, across the field. That's why I call you up the hill. Anyway, no, I don't have a cowboy hat. I've never been one big on hats. Had to wear them in the military, but I have a big head. They don't fit great. Have a great day, everyone. Back to that KC2JZ.
Thanks, Bob. Like I said, I never was a hat person either. Jimmy, Wakalucha, Indiana. How do you say that? Good morning. KD9YUZ.
Good morning, Dick. Good morning, Vicky, and everybody on the crew. No cowboy hats here. I live right in the middle of dairy country, and it's all ball caps around here. Have a great day. KD9YUZ73, back to net. Recheck W2AJV.
Taking check-ins in just a minute, if you would, please. Huntsville, Alabama, KR4DRJ. Good morning, Ron. What about you?
Thank you for everyone on the Brew crew. I do not currently have a cowboy hat. I had one when I lived in Texas. 73, back to net.
All right, Ron. Geez, what do you think? All the guys and gals with cowboy hats on, go out, put a radio in your hand, take a picture, send it to me, and we'll do a collage. We'll do a collage with cowboy hats and put it on Facebook. Maybe Vicky will even put it in the magazine if we get enough. You never know. So
send your pictures in, your cowboy hat picture view with a radio, HT or whatever, and we will put it up somewhere. Scott, Memphis, Tennessee, KY4MB. Oh boy, Scott in a cowboy hat. Somehow I don't think so. Close to her. Okay, I don't know if I'm making it in or not, Godfather. There was a key up. Do not have a cowboy hat. Don't think I've ever had a cowboy hat, but we do have a sombrero on the wall in the bedroom, something my wife got, I think, on a trip. Everybody have a good day. KY4NB, back to net. Receiver, and we couldn't hear anything. You were going out on voice peaks. I will stand by for you. I know you tried 3 or 4 times. You just keyed up again there. So W4PTZ, where is that? In Georgia. I'm standing by for you and you only. Now we just got key up, so you got something going on here. I did hear you before, but the audio was so loud that it was just chopping. The first voice peak into the front end of your receiver. I want to make a comment on something earlier before the net. There was a couple guys talking, and one guy said he can't get into the system, and there's something wrong. And I jumped in there to find out he wasn't connected to the East Coast Reflector. He was probably connected to somebody that was connected yesterday or the day before. We always encourage you to make direct connections to one of our hubs. That's what the hubs are for. Make direct connections. Don't go in through somebody else that was connected yesterday. You're going to have a failure. That station might not be connected today. And then we get emails, why can't I get into the Morning Brew? We don't even see you connected. That's why. So connect to us. One of our 3 hubs. That's what they're for. You know, if you're on another hub that you're sure is connected, that's another story. But there's a reason for that, and the big reason for that is if we have to take somebody off. A small hub comes in with 5 connections on it, and somebody's got a carrier out there on one of those 5 connections. We have to take the entire hub off, so you lose everybody. So that's why we stress connect directly to us. Bernie's in here, AA8WI. Good morning, Bernie.
You and everyone on the Brew crew. I think it's Dick, isn't it? Anyway, no, I do not own a cowboy hat, but one of the most famous movie cowboys of all time, Rogers, is from my area here in Ohio, so I'll just throw that trivia out there. Anyway, 7-3, hope everybody has a great day. AA8WI.
Let me take Bob in Hobbs, New Mexico here. Bob, go ahead. KI5PMI. Morning to you, Bob, and do you have a cowboy hat? Good question Roger came up with today.
Good morning, Dick, everybody on the Brew. It's Bill, not Bob, though. And no, I do not own a cowboy hat. Hope everybody has a great day. KI5PMI, back to net.
Bill, I have no idea where I got Bob from. Same number of letters, right? Give me credit for that. I looked at Bill and said Bob, I guess. I don't look ahead on the log and talking to Vicky and what have you in here. Sorry, Bill. At least you know who you were, right? Let me do Mike in Huntsville. Then we're going to take some new check-ins and get over to Vicky for a minute. Let her say good morning to everybody. KW4SOG, Mike in Huntsville.
Morning, everybody. Just having a good day out there. Answer to the question is no, I don't have a cowboy hat. Got a whole bunch of other hats, but cowboy's just not one of them. KW4SOG, back to 73, everybody.
The no for Mike. Let me see if we have any mobiles. Any mobiles? We'll get a list started here. Mobile stations.
November 5, Juliet, Oscar Juliet, N5JOJ, Bill, Northeast Oklahoma.
KJ5, KJ, KJ5, LJJ, KJ5, LJJ.
K2 GLT, Kilo Echo 2, Delta Lima Tango, mobile.
U8WJ, KD2AWJ.
Daniel, Dennis,
WM,
Greg,
Delta 6, Oscar,
and Joe in Oklahoma. Take anybody anywhere. We'll get this list started here. Anybody anywhere. Steve, KD6OWM, just hopped in. Anybody anywhere, call signs twice. Lima, Kilo, Delta 5 Oscar,
Kilo,
check that on in and out,
W4KH, Randy, in and out.
KE2EHI, Kilo Echo 2 Echo Hotel India, in and out.
KJ5, LJJ.
Whiskey 8, Bravo, Papa, Delta. Double E.
KF8, DIC. KF8, Detroit Rock City.
November 1, Whiskey, Echo, Bravo, and 1 WEB. K4 GDF, K4 GDF.
Kilo Echo 2, Golf Hotel Zulu, K2GHZ, in and out.
Whiskey 1, Mike Delta Tango, in and out.
Kilo 4 VYQ, mobile.
K5, YNU, mobile.
VYQ, mobile.
Program winded up.
Alright, we'll hold up right there. For in and out, this is Vicky, K8VKY. For in and outs, we've got W1 NDT, KE2 GHZ, KE2 EHI, and W4 PTX. There's one other person in there. All we got on that was Randy. Can you come again, please? One last try. Was there somebody named Randy? Okay, we also had K5YNU, KQ4VYQ, KD2IWN, C4 GDS, N1 WEB, KF8 DRC, W8 BPD, KD5 SAV, KC2 JTQ, KD5 OL, KD6 OWM, KD2 AWJ, KE2 DLT, KJ5 LJJ, and at the top of this list, N5 JOJ. So, Bill, you're up first. Do you have a cowboy hat? N5 JOJ. Alright, now they're down one final call for N5 JOJ. KJ5 LJJ, Greg. KJ5 LJJ. Alright, we had to take a few nodes off because they were keying up so much. You might have been on there. KE2 DLT, Dennis.
Good morning, good morning. Everybody on the Brew crew. No, I do not have a cowboy hat. Couple of... Everybody, take care. KE2 DLT. Back to net.
Thank you, Dennis, and have a good morning. Next up, Daniel, KD2 AWJ.
Oh, good morning, everyone. I actually own a few cowboy hats. I never wear them, but I have some cheapos, and in my younger days, when I was more of a partier, I bought myself a real nice, I believe it's a Stetson hat, which now just sits on the wall of my garage and never gets worn. Kind of a waste of money, but yes, I do own a few. All right, well, good morning. Thanks for having me.
Alright, now we got you on the log, but you're really broken up. If you're like, welcome to check back in a little bit. Try when you're a little closer. Next up, Frank, KC2 JTQ.
Good morning, Vicky and Dick and everybody on the Brew. No cowboy hats here. And I'll say 7-3, send it back to the net, KC2JPQ.
Thank you, Frank, and have a good day. Florence, K5YNU.
Good morning, Vicky, Dick, everyone on the Morning Brew Crew. Yes, I do have one cowboy hat. I wear it maybe twice a year. On a go Texan Day and then rodeo, something like that. But I do have one. Back to the net control, everyone. Have a blessed day. K5YNU Mobile.
Thank you. And I think we have, I think we have one more that might be mobile, and one CDN. Carlos, and one CDN. All right, we'll go to Jason, KB5SAV.
Morning, Vicky. Here, Drew. Yes, I do have a cowboy hat. I wear it all the time. Been down here in the South. Yeah, if I ain't wear my hat, it's usually got a ball cap on my veteran's hat. Yeah, that's about it. So I'll turn it back over to you. Everybody have a good day, and KB5SAV back to net control.
Thank you, Jason. Have a good day. Brian, W8DTD. I know we had to take a few notes off because they were just going kind of nuts there for a minute. One last call for Brian, W8BTD.
But once or twice a year, I bring one out and wear one. Back to net control, W8.
Thank you, Brian. We got you in there, but you're barely hitting it. So we got you. Check, KF8DRC.
Yes, I do have one. Good morning, everyone. I do have one, and I have the hard one, and I take it to the party at night on September 15th. And thank you for running the net. KF8, Detroit Rock City.
Thank you. Yeah, I think people would be surprised by how many people in Michigan have cowboy hats. Web, Edwin, WEB.
Thank you, Vicky. Good morning to the net. I do not have a American cowboy hat, but I do have an Australian cowboy hat, so I don't know if that counts. You can decide, Vicky. And one WEB.
Well, considering I don't know the difference, sure. Next up, from our open mic, Gil, K4GDS.
Good morning, Vicky and Dick. And yeah, I do like full-brimmed hats, and I guess a couple of them would qualify as cowboy hats, so put me down for a yes.
And thanks, Gil. KD2IWM, Tim.
Good morning, Vicky. Action. No, I do not own a cowboy hat, nor do I desire to purchase one. 73 all, enjoy your day. KD2IWS.
Thank you. That seems to be the New York consensus. James, KQ4, VYQ. Do you have a cowboy hat?
VYQ, yeah, I do have a couple somewhere. I don't wear them very often, though. I'm more of a fedora kind of person. Y'all have a good day. KQ4 VYQ, back to net.
Fedoras it is. Hello, Z1 CBM.
Hello, Vicky, Dick, everybody else. Good morning. 77 and cloudy down here in Hollywood. Not a good day to go to the beach. I don't have a cowboy hat. It wouldn't fit in the cockpit when I'm flying. Turns out the airplane didn't want to start yesterday, so I had to drive back home and the flight got canceled. So I'll be here for the rest of the week. And 1 CBM, back to you, Vicky.
Yeah, Dick said it's better to quit there than in the air. KC2 GRN. Joel, do you have a cowboy hat?
Morning, Vicky and Dick and everyone on the morning group. KC2RN. No, I do not have a cowboy hat. Partly cloudy today here on the island. 48 degrees. Nice and crispy, I guess you might say, almost. Anyway, everybody have a wonderful day. KC2, GRN back to net.
Thank you, Joel. This is Vicky, K8 BKY in the text lineup we've got. N4 GPA, NW4Q, KM4 CTB, W2 SAL, and 82 KP. But first we'll take some more check-ins. Anyone, anywhere, twice slowly, please.
88, MEY, Kilo Delta 8, Mike Echo Yankee, Stephen Grand Rapids. Good morning, Vicky.
November Yankee 2 Oscar, November Yankee 2 Oscar, mobile.
Kilo Quebec 4, Oscar Romeo Kilo, KQ4, in the mobile.
Kilo Quebec 4, Golf Whiskey Oscar. Kilo Quebec 4, Golf Whiskey Oscar.
Kilo Bravo 5, Kilo 5,
W2KJV, W2KJV.
NA2F, in and out.
Kilo November 4, Two-Tone Blue, KN4, TTB, in and out this morning. KC9IXX, Kilo Charlie 9, India X-Ray X-Ray, mobile.
Kilo 9er Tango Juliet Sierra, K9 CJS, in and out.
Alright, we'll hold up there for a minute so we can go to our in and outs. We've got K9 TJS, in and out, KC9IXX, mobile, KN4 TTB, in and out, NA2F, in and out, W2 KJV, KQ4 GWO, AJ0EF, KQ4 or K mobile, NY20 mobile, KD8 MEY. I'd already gone over the text. There's also a station in there from Texas. It kind of sounded like you had just been swept up in a tornado, so try again if when you get a stand. So we'll go first to NY20. Ryan, do you have a cowboy hat?
Good morning, this is Ryan, NY20, Orlando, Florida, 74 degrees and clear. I do not have a cowboy hat. I usually wear a baseball cap, New York Mets, but I did buy my wife a novelty cowboy hat with the 2 drink holders as a joke for her birthday last year. So I do not have one yet, but I don't know if that counts for my wife. NY20.
Sounds good. Another New Yorker without a cowboy hat. Actually, you're not. I'm sorry, I saw two. Barry, KQ4 ORK.
Well, good morning, ma'am, and everybody on the Brew Crew. Yes, I do own a few, although I don't wear them often. Hope everybody has a great week and a great day. 73, back to net control. KQ4, ORK in the mobile.
Thank you. And next up on our mobile list, Roger, KC9IXX.
Good morning to everybody on the Brew Crew this morning, and no, I do not have a cowboy hat. I wear a regular baseball cap every day for work. That's what it is. Thanks for letting me get checked in here. You guys have a great day. This is KC9IXX, back to net control.
You have a great day too. Thanks for stopping by. Up next, a couple New Yorkers, and I'm guessing no cowboy hats. So first up, Steven, 82 KP.
Well, good morning, Vicky and the rest of the Morning Brew Crew. Yes, I own several. I have my black Stetson 6X for the cool weather, my white Stroll one for the summertime weather, and I have a Outback oilskin when it's really nasty weather. They go along with my Python and ostrich boots that I also own. I guess I'm the urban cowboy here in Brooklyn. 82 KP, back to net control.
All right, you're the first New Yorker with cowboy hats. Sal, W2 SAL.
Hey, good morning, Vicky and the rest of the Brew Crew. Big no, N-O. Never had one, never will. I prefer baseball caps. Everyone have a great day and stay safe out there. It's a balmy 38 degrees here in downtown Cheektowaga. W2SAL, back to net control.
Thank you, Sal. And next up is Donnie, KM4CTV.
Good morning, Vicki, and everybody on the net. KM4CTB, Donnie in Jacksonville Beach, Florida. Absolutely. I've got a silver belly Stetson for the summer and a black beaverfeld Stetson for the wintertime. Wore them as a part of the uniform for 30 years, so it's one of those things that's kind of ingrained. Thanks for the net, Vicki. Have a great day. KM4CTB, back to net.
Thanks, Donnie. It's good to hear from you. Jim, NW4Q.
Morning, Vicky. Yes, I do. And Trish bought one at the rodeo in Calgary a few weeks ago. Thanks a lot. Have a nice day.
Mark, N4GTA.
Morning, Vicky and the Brew Crew. This is Mark, N4GPA in Gainesville, Florida. No cowboy hat here. Back to net.
And another no it is. From Grand Rapids, Michigan. Stephen, KD8MUI.
88MUI. Good morning, Vicky and everyone on the Brew. No, I do not own a cowboy hat. I'm more of a pinch hat and a beret guy. Everybody have a great day. It's sunny here and about 60. Have a great day. KDMUI.
Enjoy your weather. I must be in a pocket. We're sitting here at 40. Joe, AJ0EF.
Thank you, rest of the Brew Crew. Yes, I do own a couple. Trying to make net control, AJ0EF73.
Thank you, Joe. And William, KQ4GWO.
Good morning, Vicky. Good morning to the crew. Yes, I do own a cowboy hat. It's 52 degrees and clear here in Wake Forest, beautiful Wake Forest, North Carolina. Thank you for running the net. Take care of me. God bless. Once again, this is William from Wake Forest, North Carolina, Kilo Quebec 4, Golf Whiskey Oscar. I'm clear. 73.
Thank you. Have a good day. Tony, W2, KJV.
Goes my ID here again, perfect timing. Good morning, Vicky, and everyone on the Morning Brew. Yes, I own 2 cowboy hats. Hope everyone has a great day. Back to you, Vicky, W2KJV.
We got 2 more here. We got Rex, KJ4, LXJ.
Good morning, Vicky and the rest of the Brew Crew. I do not. I do have a leather hat that looks like the one Crocodile Dundee movie, but I don't consider that a cowboy hat. KJ4 LXJ, back to the net.
No, it is. Walter, KE4 and TG.
Morning to you, Vicky, and everybody else on the net. It's KE4 and TG, Hollywood, Florida. Rainy day here in Hollywood, and yes, I own 2 Stetsons, but I don't wear them much. Everybody have a wonderful day. Stay safe. This is KE4 NTG Hollywood, back to net control. Thanks, Vicky.
Good to hear from you, Walter. This is Vicky, K8VKY. We've got about 3 minutes left. How about we just try some in and outs? Anyone anywhere? In and out.
E0NCV. That's KE0NCV, in and out.
K2QWK. K2QWK, Mobile, in and out.
EDR, Warsaw, Indiana, in and out.
India Delta, in and out.
Bravo 5.
KB2QBQ.
KE9,
in and out.
KE9, DUU.
Delta, back in and out.
KF8GRJ, in and out.
November 5, Charlie Lima Echo, in and out, Texas. So that's a yes for a cowboy hat.
Bravo Echo Whiskey. Whiskey 8, Bravo Echo Whiskey, in and out. Bravo Echo, Delta 9.
Alright, the Kitty 9, can you come again, please? KD9, can you come again, please?
9 Kilo Delta 9 Victor Bravo Echo, reported to me.
Alright, we got you in there, Randall. Alright. These are all in and out, and then we'll wrap up the net. We got KD9 BBE, W8 EEW, N5 CLE, KF8 DRJ, KE9 DUU, KB2 QBQ, KB5 ZYL, K2 QWK, and KE0 NCV. Tonight at 8 o'clock in the Zoom room, is the ask-in number. It's at bip.ly/ECR Daily, or you can just click Zoom at eastcoastreflector.com. This is Vicky, K8BKY, with WB2JTQ, returning the reflector back to normal use.
The time is 9.